This is the new Empires of the Undergrowth Exploding Ants DLC. This comes with 2 new species, Exploding Ants and Exploding Termites. It also comes with 2 new levels inspired by the main campaign. I played one of the free mode levels, I think it's free mode, and it was so amazing to play. Basically, the setup is you have ant colonies around the outside of the map, and then you've got ant colonies in the middle of the map. What actually happened on this exact playthrough was I was in the middle colony, and my ants can kill termites and deposit the termite as food. A little amount of food, but it still gives me food. But the termites were just so powerful that they was killing me, so I couldn't deposit no food and stuff. So I got completely boxed in. I just couldn't get out of my area without dying to termites. I am playing on the impossible difficulty, and I could have totally done the beginning first 5-10 minutes a lot more better, so that's probably why. Anyway, is this worth your money? Do you get enough content in here to value it? Well, that's for you to decide, but I'll explain quickly what's actually in here. You get 2 different types of ants, termites and ants, and both of them have exploding capabilities. You can actually turn off the exploding things. It's near the middle hotbar where the food is. It's just under the food or under the turn off defense. It's one of those icons. Now, I didn't do that because I wanted to play as normal as possible, even though I was playing on impossible, so I totally should have done it, and I will explain why you should do it. Basically, you'll get lots of DPS, and then you've got your tanks. Tanks don't explode, from my knowledge. This is the ants, not the termites. So the tanks will just be there while your DPS explodes all of the bugs or whatever it is that you're fighting. And they do huge AoE, so if there's lots of not really strong ants next to each other, they're going to do huge AoE and probably just 1 or 2 tap them. But the problem lies with the food. Obviously, every time they explode, they die. I don't know why I never thought about this when I saw all of the trailers. But so when the DPS explode, they die, and you've got to have food to replenish, obviously. Okay, but the thing is, they explode nearly instantly. It doesn't matter the HP of the bug, they're just going to explode. So if you're killing just only a little nest inside of your base underground, let's just say for example, and you've got about 10 DPS, they're about all of them pretty much are going to explode to take out this small nest, and that's a waste of food. What you should do in that situation is just turn off the exploding ants, and then you're going to be good with food, because they just waste a lot, basically, these exploding ants, so you have to time it. Not time it, but you have to have strategies towards turning it on and off. This is probably only for the higher difficulties. It probably doesn't really matter on the mid to lower difficulties. You will also need a good amount of tanks, because really what you're left with after a big battle or just killing one but strong enemy, you will be left with only your tanks, because all your DPS have exploded. So there's only your tanks there to deal damage, which they don't do too much, but they're not too bad actually. And they only have the tanks to then like feed from them and get food from the enemy that you're killing, because all the DPS has exploded. So it's just something to note. So is this DLC any fun? I really did have fun with it. I'm still going to play it. I'm actually going to play it a ton. There's so much content here, even if you are replaying it, because if you know about one thing about this game is that you can replay levels a bunch of times, and they're still going to be just as fun as the first time. Just different strategies and stuff. It would also be cool if they added some achievements on this too. The levels to replay here are really fun too. I imagine I will spend like a good amount of hours in these levels too. One of the better levels, one of the better free mode levels. There's not too many free play levels, but this is really one of the better ones out there. And there's a lot of strategies towards it. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I'm just thinking right now what I'm going to do in the future. It's going to be insane. If you are playing these ants or termites in the campaign, they will have different upgrades available that you can spend jelly on. You know how there's 2 upgrades and you can spend, and they do completely different things. I don't have enough jelly, so I couldn't even see that, but you know that's possible. In Freeplay, I don't really know how that works. I forget, to be honest. Also, what they have done with the harvest, they've made a fire break extension to it. I think it's a different level completely, and this will have both exploding ants and also fire ants. So it's basically the same campaign levels, but just a completely different playstyle and way to play, and they're featuring different stuff. They should actually make this with all the campaign levels. Just have It would be so cool. Termites also have a new level, a new extension level. It's Frontline No Ants Land. You can find this in the arcade mode too. So the amount of content here, and these maps you're going to replay multiple times. And of course, you don't even need to play these. You can just do the free play on any map and have these exploding things, or be against the explode. You know what, I should really play as a normal ant colony and go against the exploding ants just to see how much damage they actually do. So this game has hundreds of hours of content. I think I've clocked 300 hours. This is my most played RTS game because it's just such a great RTS, but I will probably make a video of a review of the whole game at some point, but I just wanted to share the DLC because the DLC is super amazing. So yeah, highly recommend this DLC. It's really great. Now, it's not costly, but this depends on how much you're running and what you're willing to spend, so I'm not going to go into it too much detail, but what I will say is you're going to get a lot of gameplay time for the price that it is. And quite honestly, at first I was just like, oh, well, there's 2 new ant species, so, you know, I'll buy it because I've got so much hours in the base game, I just want to support the devs, I'll buy it. And then I went into it and there's actually a lot more content than there appears to be on the surface. And all this content is, of course, replayable. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have the base game, this DLC is a no-brainer. If you don't have the base game, it's a no-brainer to get the base game. So thanks for watching and thanks for your time. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.